Good morning, traders. We are back today. Um, I took a pre-market trade. I'm still in it. I'm I see where it came into here in this area here, and it scored a win for us way down here. Okay, and then this area level right here scored another win for us down into here. So I'm at least hoping that this area holds. If it doesn't, if I don't see the weakness I need to see, um, either it's going to take me out, which I have a pretty tight stop loss here. Um, it's either going to find liquidity here and push price down, or it's going to travel up into this area up in here and try to find liquidity. So um, right now we're just going to see what happens and where liquidity is. And if it's not here, that's fine. Uh, the reason why I'm saying that is because if you can see what's going on down here in this area here, you can see that price wants to go down. It just ran out of liquidity. Look how many times it tried to go down. It tested once here, came here, went low, a little bit lower here than that right there, which says that price still wants to go down. It just needs to find liquidity. So we do know that price does want to go down. There has been no new structure high made off of these levels here. So every time we've looked at this, we're seeing that price is trying to push down further. And so I'm holding on this trade and it's doing good now. I'm in positive. Uh, this is the weakness I was looking for up top. Like I said, this is the area I was looking for weakness, and there it is. And I just want to see what happens here. I want to see also where it reacts in this area here. I have my take profit way down here, but I want to see what it does in here as well. So we're also looking at this area here a little bit because let me take a line here. And put it at this level here. There's been a lot of rejection, especially in this area here of price. We know that. So like I said, I'm just sort of kind of waiting to see what happens with price here. And if we have sufficient weakness to carry on down, as the market opens, I want to see what happens because when market open, this should push down further. If it gets stopped in here and gets hung up in here, I might just call it good here as well. The thing is I'm actually looking for price to get here before I see any kind of reaction, because here's a lot of reaction here, but yet they scored a win. The bulls scored a win up in here off this level here. So, they scored a win here as well off that level. So the same level, they scored a win a couple times already. So I'm watching this level, and to me, it's like, I call it precarious level because this is probably where price is going to get tied up. I doubt price is going to get tied up where it's at right now. I see more, if it's going to get tied up, it's going to get tied up here, and I'm not seeing uh, here we go. All right, that's the level I'm worried about right here. This is the level where it can start rejecting. So it's rejecting, it is rejecting that level. It's not good. Bulls are coming in. And that was my worry right there. Now I want to see, that's the problem. This is a problem. It is a problem. So um, if I lose, it's just going to be a little bit, not a lot. I want to see if the bulls come back in and can push price back down, but that doesn't look like they're going to. Let me just hold on to this a little bit longer. No, I'm out. I'm out. That was my worry. Is this area right here did get hit, and it did reject right off of it immediately. So market's open, and that was my first trade. I'm down $130. So it is what it is. That's not bad. So it came back up in here, it's rejecting again, but I'm still not quite clear, what's going to happen here. Um, we do have good rejection happening again. Look at that, rejecting really well this time. Wow, look at that. The bears just came back in and just stole price away and took it back down again. So wished I would have hung on that one, huh? And it's coming into my first area of of where I said that we need to watch out as well. But yeah, it did bounce where I said it was going to bounce here, um, bounce back up into here, rejected. I didn't know if it was going to because of the way that candle did bounce back up pretty hard. Um, and but this over here took care of business back down again. So there's good liquidity in this area here so far. So uh, it happens. And that's why I'm trading a demo account right now, is because this is a strategy I'm still working on and trying to learn and understand. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So I'm going to have to move this up a little bit to there because that's where it rejected here. So I want to see what happens when it comes, if it can't hold here coming down, then it's probably going to have to come back up in here if there's still no because there's good liquidity here. I will tell you that there's really good liquidity here. But what it looks like is price just bounced again, of course. Now let's see where price decides to go. Price seems to be holding back to the downside, which is good. Now it's taking it low. It's trying to push lower. The bears are they're really holding this area here. They're holding the position really well. And right here is another area they defended really right in here really well too. See that? Now it's having a hard time getting through here, which is that's not good because now it's rejected twice off that same area. So the bulls are defending this position really well in here. And you can see across where they've defended it quite a few times actually, and we're able to push price back up to score a win. So the bears have to get through here, back down through here in order to score another win. And they're pushing. Bulls do come back in over here. They're this whole area has some liquidity for the bulls, but I want to see if there's yeah, the bears are taking control, still in control. Okay, this is an area right here where bulls do come back in, as we can see. They do try to come back in here. And that's what I'm talking about right here, is this area right here. That's where we're at right now. Bulls do come in, they're able to push price up just a little bit. They don't score a good win or anything like that at all. They just push price back up, and then it comes right back down off that same area right there. So we're looking at this same area here as a win as a win. So we can do this and include this area up in here as well for to score a win on. So this is our whole area of interest right here. So there is, we did find liquidity where I wanted to find it. It just, I got in, I got out just because I saw the bulls pushing up higher. And now as we're seeing, price is actually moving down lower, just like I said it would. And this is the area we're expecting it to get to, at least down and back down in here again. This position here, this is the area here that's coming down into, where the bulls defended it very well and was able to score a win to the upside. So I'm looking at bullish liquidity in this area right here. That's the whole problem. So we're looking at this area, but this area here, we do have some bulls here. You see that? Just rejected that. So I want to see where, and this is, by the way, this is where I was going to take price at right here. And the reason is because I do know that the bulls came back in here and scored a win back up top. So it did come down to where I was going to take price, and that was about almost 400 ticks away. So like I said, this is something that I'm just starting to learn. I've been at it a couple days now, and so far I think I'm doing pretty good. So I've just wished I would have stayed in that trade a little bit longer until it came up here and took me out, but it's all right. But as we see, the market does want to go lower. It's pushing through bull territory right now. There's liquidity in here, as you can see, pushes back down again, but there's no win. That's the only that's the major area of concern in here, is it does come down, score a win, comes back up here, tries to score a win, can't, comes back up into close to the same area, and comes back down and tries to score a win, but the bulls are defending this area really well down here. So I'm just, I'm just waiting to see what the market wants to do. Bulls are coming in and kicking this back off again. It's in the area, like I said, there's liquidity here. You see over here it scored a win, back over here it scored a win. So there's a lot of bullish liquidity here. So that's why I have this area as an area of concern. And sure enough, this area seems to be holding. Um, it we've got a lot of things going on here that bump price back up in this area here. So this is an area here where the bears can take back in this area, because there is there's a lot of some liquidity in here as well. Is there enough is the question to stop the bulls from going higher? That's the question that I have. So we're just sort of kind of watching and waiting. And here we go. Look, bears are holding this area here. It's coming back down. and it's going to test this area back in here where the bulls have been defending it. So my expectations is bears are going to push back down through this. That's expectations so far. This candle is really going to tell me what's going to happen because, like, here we go, rejection again. That's not a good sign. I'd like to see the bears score down here, go down, push down lower, because like I said, I'm looking for price in here to go down. I think, like I said, this market wants to go lower. I don't think it wants. I don't know if it wants to go higher or not yet. We're going to see. Again, bulls are still defending this position extremely well. There is bullish liquidity here, and that is the concern. And we got to find out if there's enough liquidity coming back up in here for the bears to push price back down again. And here we are, right in here. It's coming right up into it again. And it looks like we might have a fail. But, yep, price is rejecting to the downside, and it looks like the bulls are rotating back up and taking some control here. So we'll see what happens. But my expectations are at least for price to come back up in this area and get defended once again by the bears. But I don't know. That's we've got bears coming in here as well in the same area that they're at right here. We have bears right here coming across here. See that? There's nice bearish candle that slammed price back down again. So I'm just watching and seeing what the market does. And in come the bears again. They're trying to push price back down. Bulls are trying to hold them off. So we're trying to find out if this is just a pullback or if this is a change of direction. That's what we're trying to figure out right here. Yeah, it looks like that was a pullback. It looks like the bears are once again pushing price back down again, right back into bull territory. Right there. Look at that. This is where they start struggling a little bit. And this is where it looks like, okay, is there going to be acceptance of price below here? That's what we want to find out. Or are the bulls can come back in and drive price back to the other side? I'm expecting the bears to push this. There it comes. Here it comes. They're pushing down, pushing down. Look at this. Right back into here again. And here's a rejection again right here. Look at this. But question is how far up is it going to come? And is there enough liquidity down here? Yes, there is. Bulls are starting to push price right back up again. So this is interesting. So this is what people might start calling chop, but it is, but at the same time, what it is a fight between the bears and bulls to establish dominion. So, when you're looking at this as a battleground and you're seeing this, people say, well, that's chop. Well, you know what? It's still tradable chop. We can still come in this area and say, well, price, rejected off here. Could we expect that to happen again? Sure, we could. But at the same time, price rejected back off here again as well, back to the downside. So someone might say, well, it's chop. Yeah, okay, we call it chop. But at the same time, as we're seeing and understanding liquidity, we're finding out that it's a battle of who has control of the market, the bears or the bulls. So when people talk about chop and noise and things like that, it's more of who's trying to establish dominance in the market. So this is what I've learned, this is what I'm learning, and I can see it, and I've just got to figure out uh, my entrances and things like that. And so far, I've called it very well. I just haven't taken any trades yet. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and wait. Okay, there should be some rejection here, right there. It should reject. If not, it's going to come up higher and take me out. Okay, it's having a, okay. So far, so good. Seeing rejection here, that's what I want to see. And I'm expecting price at least to get back down in this area here. So I am going to take, whoops, it's not what I want to do. I want to see if price is going to come back down in this area here. Is there enough liquidity up in here for the bears to take it back down again? That's the question. There should be, because and the answer is a resounding no, there's not. So that's another loss. So now we know that price probably cannot come back down here again too easily. I mean, we're looking at the bears coming back in, trying to come back in, but I don't think they're going to be able to push price back down again. So now might have to look for a trade to the upside. Bears are back to fighting again. Crap. Terrible fill there. This is not going to look good. This is not looking good for me. So let's see if price can get back to this area here, and then I'll make a decision, because it looks like it's going to. I'm going to take off some. Now it's going right back up against me. But the bears are holding it. Bears are holding it. They're pushing back down again. So let's see what happens here, and let's see where we can expect price to get to. It's unfortunately, The bulls seem to be trying to hold price down here again, but I don't think they're going to win this one. I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose this one. And the problem is they're coming back. They're showing some weakness here at some point here, and there it comes, and I'm out right there. Why? Well, there we go. So I'm up 270. I was down 495 or something like that. I'm now up 270. Not bad. And look, there goes the bears back in it again. So I'm proving you can trade here without any type of indicators. The only indicator I have on here is ticks remaining on my trade, and that's it. They're on the candle. It's not. I'm not looking at anything other than liquidity, where areas of liquidity are. And yeah, I got out, but I got out in an area where price had been kept getting rejected in this area here. That was a good exit because it could have quickly gone against me as well. So you know, like I said, I still have to perfect my end of things, but so far 270 isn't a bad. It's not bad. You know, not for my third day into this. This is like my my second day of actually trading this. I'm not doing too bad. And look at that. Bounce came down here at the bottom of this where it bounced before. You see that? You see this right here? It bounced. So this is an interesting area for the bulls because the bulls do try to come back in. So bulls come back in here, right? Here as well. So actually, I'm going to change this area here to there because that's going to be an area that's defended by the bulls as well. As I'd say this whole area is an area that's been defended by the bulls. They got a big area down here. That's a massive area that's been defended by the bulls. So again, looking for price to come back down. Hopefully back down in here. Here, I will almost guarantee you here that price is going to reject. There's a good chance that price is going to reject, even though this market, yes, it is going down. We know that. So far, if we look at my trades, I've taken about 3 trades. Wait, let me see this. Hold on. 3 trades today so far, and I dug myself into a hole. And on one trade, I got myself completely out of that hole. That's the art of trading, folks. That's how it works. You know, and look at this. Did I not tell you that we're gonna have some problems? Not got some problems here, but I'm expecting this area to hold because it held before. It might not. Our liquidity, but still, I'm expecting this to hold. I'm still look at that. Nice rejection. See this? Bulls took it back up into here. Look what happened. Bulls are taking it right back to the same area. Just like that means normal stuff, guys. This is the market and how it trades. This is the stuff we're experiencing. This is normal, but yet price was able to come back up in here and push price all the way back down there. That's why I'm saying there's good liquidity up in this area here. I don't know how long it's going to hold on to that liquidity, but there's also good bullish liquidity right here. So we're looking for the bears to try to keep taking price back down. I mean, this is, I'm telling you, this is your signal. The market wants to keep trying to go down lower. Will it clear this area? I don't know. That's the part I can't tell you. Okay, because no one can tell you if it's going to clear this or not. It's going to try. I'll guarantee it's going to try to push down through this. Now, will it? Don't know. But I'm expecting it to maybe even if here we go. You see, right here, back into liquidity. What's going on here? Will it hold? Will the bears hold this off? Look at this same area right here. Look at that. Look at that. See this straight across here. Look at that. Same exact area. And it's being rejected. So that's the bulls coming in, and now they're getting rejected, but they seem to be a little stronger than I want them to be. I don't see the bears coming in and actively defending this. I mean, they are defending, obviously, but not as strong as they were over here. So we're now looking at possible failure of liquidity in this area here. So if that happens, price has to go higher to another area of liquidity, another zone, which is up in here or over in here. This is where it scored a win, was down here. Okay, from here to here, right? So it's either going to test up here and try to find more liquidity, or defend this position here, or it's got to come all the way back up in here to try to find liquidity, and if it can't, it's going to come back up in here, and so on and so forth. So far, we're out of liquidity, it looks like. So far, I'm not quite sure yet. Until this candle closes, can't be sure. But we're looking at a possible bull run here, unless the bears are doing a good job defending. I'll tell you that. They're backing the bulls off, but at the same time, you know, it's concerning. Look at this. You see that? Look at that. No more liquidity. Bulls have now got this. They have this. Bulls got them by the horns, you might say. So um, look at this. Right into here. Here is an area that price has been rejected to the upside. I'm looking at this area more. It did back off. Look at that. There's some liquidity up in here. Okay. There is liquidity up in here. It's also a place of structure. Just, I'm going to say the obvious. It's also a place of structure. So there is some liquidity here for the bears to come back and try to take price back down again. But so far, I'm looking at this clearing, and this is a nice win for the bulls. So we can say here now, this is an area where the bulls have won. Okay, that's a score, a win for the bulls. Let me go ahead and close this out. But like I said, there's an area where all of a sudden bulls, you know, are trying to take price up higher. Bears are trying to defend. So I'll tell you what, let's make this line here. Let's try to figure out something here. Okay, that's another area of liquidity. That's where the bears so far have been able to try to hold. I don't know how strong this area of liquidity is. It seemed to be strong up in here, at the very top here. Seems a little stronger, but the bulls are pushing through it. So I just don't like having too many zones up here and too many boxes up here, because I think, look at this, look at this, look what's going on here. I'm expecting price to get up to here for sure, but look at this, it's holding this area. It is trying to hold this area. But to me, it looks like the bulls are back in control, and there's a good chance for price to skyrocket back through. So we will see, because this is being defended. The bears are defending this area. I don't think they're as strong as the bulls quite yet, but they're defending this area. There is some liquidity in here. Look at this. Not enough. That's what it looks like to me, though. We'll see. See, they scored a new structure high up here. They scored a win right here off this down here. So we do know the bulls did score a nice win up here. So price expectations right now are for price to go higher. So let's see how price plays out from here on out. Okay, there's going back into this area here. This area here. Let's see how it's being defended. Before, the bears defend this area heavily. Look at this. Because when it came back up into here and tried to go through, look what happened. Boom. Bears defended this big time with aggression. I mean, lots of aggression. Oh, the reason why I'm using 1597 as a tick is 1000. I was trying to use 1000. 1000 was just too fast for this market because it's a very aggressive market. Look at this. So 1597 is a Fibonacci number. I'd like to use Fibonacci numbers. Um, they're good. They're good. Look at this. Look at this. You see what I said? Look at this. Came right back in this area, and look how aggressively the bears came back and attacked this position. Look at that. They are trying to aggressively push the bulls back. So this is an interesting level here. So let's just see if that's a pullback or back to the downside. I don't like that, but that's these zones. Look at this. That was the pullback. And it looks like price is going to try to continue to the upside, but this is an area where there is some liquidity for the bears. The bears have been able to push price back down again. So um, let's see what happens. Let's see what this looks like. It's trying to push back in here, and the bears are trying to push back. Look at that. They're trying to hold them off and say, yeah, no, no go. And if the bulls push back up through here, well, then we know what's going to happen next. And we are expecting that. We are expecting a new structure high. But if they can't hold here, then price is going to come back down. Where? Into an area of liquidity where they can push back. So they can push back. The bulls can actually push back in this area here. That's where they can push back at. That's the pushback area. So right now the bulls are, so look at that. New structure highs coming up. That was a pullback, one candle pullback on that. But it took two to pass that level on the bulls, which is interesting. But the bulls are the bulls are strong right now. Look at this. Here we go. We're back in this area of rejection where price was rejected before. That's what we're expecting. We're expecting to see some rejection here. Look at that. Rejected all the way back down here. But the thing is look, the bulls seem to have a little bit more strength than they did before, because look at this. They're trying to reject, but they closed a little higher than that one right here, than this past one right here, but they still haven't been able to push past up in here yet. There is liquidity here for the bears. We know that. But is it enough to push price back down significantly? Is this just retesting this area and then pulling and then going to push back down again? That's the question. And this is why, like I said, I'm still learning the strategy. That's why I'm not really taking a whole lot of trades, is because I'm just still trying to learn the strategy and try to figure this out. But this is working. I mean, it works. The strategy definitely works. I am not used to trading without indicators, and that's why I'm apprehensive at times about taking trades. It's just because I'm used to having indicators, and I'm no longer using indicators right now, because of the strategy I've learned. And so far, I've been calling it pretty good. We should see some bulls try to come back up in here. They should try to defend this, but no, bears are all over this. Look at this. And came some bulls here trying to defend their territory. My thought is price should come back down lower, and look at that. This is the area that is going to be interesting. So let's see what happens here. And if we really want to, we can really get into this and draw Fibonacci retracements and find out if this is a pullback or if we're looking at a change of direction here. So far, it's up to the 38, which is normal. That'd be a normal area for it to pull back to. If it's going to come back up again, that'd be really good. I would say the 618 is also a good area, but I'm thinking it's going to bounce. It's trying to bounce off here to come back up. So that's interesting. I want to see if it'll come down here and give me another test back into down here, right down here. Okay, this is the area where the bulls are going to start defending in this. If they have liquidity here, if they have enough, they're going to take price right back up again. Look at this. Did I not tell you? Bulls would defend this area, right? Where's price gone up to? It's usually coming back up into this area here. But we also have this area here, don't forget. This line I'm looking at here, where the bears have defended this pretty well up until about that area there. So if this is a retracement, it was about 50% or a little bit more than 50%, but not much more retracement on a fib. But let's see if price keeps going up or if it's going to come back down at this area, this level here. Like I said, this is the area that the bears are trying to defend. They're good at defending that area right there. Push them back down. So once again, this right here, they went here, but their bears are getting past this. This is fun. Back down and here we go. So we're going to drag this zone back down to this zone here. And I'm going to drag this line because I don't like putting a whole bunch of filling on my screen up just full of zones. So I'm going to drag this line down here to this area here just to remind us where it's been defended before. So we had a nice bull candle at this level here, push straight up before, so that's interesting. And so we're gonna, we have to look at this area and remember, bulls have defended this area, so they're still trying to. So this is like 618 right here. So that's a 618. Right here is where the 618 is on the Fibonacci. So this could be coming right back up in here, at least to try to test this area here or higher up into here. But this is the 618 of the Fibonacci right here, where it came down to. And for those that really don't believe what I just said, let's pull a Fibonacci retracement. That's 618, right on the dot. That's what it was. So the Fibonacci ratios work out very well. Do they always work out? No, they don't always work out. Price is dictated by the market, not by fibs. Fibonacci's do work, they also fail. So we also have to remember that. Fibonacci's do work, but they can also fail. So we don't go by just Fibonacci's and things like that and saying, oh, it's going to bounce here for sure. We don't know that. I'm looking at areas being defended like right here. Okay. So do Fibonacci's work out? Oh, yeah, they do. I've seen them work out many times. But have they failed? Yeah, I've seen them fail too. I've seen people take trades here, get up in this area up in here, and all of a sudden they fail back down again. So can this retest this area? Oh yeah, this can be retested. Sure. I've seen it do that too. I've seen this area be tested before, again, before it bounces off. I've also seen it pass right through it. So, fibs work and fibs fail. And no, there is no um, strategy out there that's going to be 100%. You're always going to have strategies fail. They always do. It just that's just how the market is. Um, we're looking for 80%, but we expect at least 20% of our trades to fail because that's just the nature of the market. That's the nature of trading. We're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to not have knowledge of exactly where turnarounds are, and sometimes we're going to get taken out. That's just how things work. So we have to remember that. And sometimes I've had a hard time accepting losses, and sometimes I still do, but I'm getting better at it. It's managing emotions more than anything else is the hard part of this. Uh, let's always remember there are two emotions in the market. There's greed and there's fear. Those are your extremes. So you want to stay somewhere in the middle, not really fearful, but just aware of where price is going and what's trying to do, and just keep watching what price wants to do, and then take trades based off of these areas that we're looking at here and weak strength versus weakness in the market. Sometimes it's hard to see because there's strength coming down, but boom, they took it back up and strength came back down again. We did know that the bears were stronger at this point than the bulls, and they did come up into here and were push price back down. This bears absorbed this candle here, so we have to be looking at this and where does price want to go. So far, it's failing to come back up here and test up in this area here so far, but it's not over yet. The move is not over yet. That I do know. So there's really nothing to do until we get confirmation that there's just no more interest in taking price higher. Okay, price is still pushing. The bears try to defend this, and price is still pushing. Still trying to go up higher. It rejected. Again, this is an area of liquidity for the bears. We know that. So are we going to find enough liquidity to push price back down? That's the question. And if you don't know what to do, the best thing to do is do nothing. So right now, I'm not quite sure where prices. I'm seeing weakness to the upside now. I'm seeing more strength coming in from the bears. I'm seeing the bulls sort of kind of weakening here, but I haven't seen, you know, hindsight's always 2020. But I'm also seeing weakness on the bears as well. So I'm seeing weakness on both. Is this the bears coming back in to take price down lower, or is this just the bulls looking for better area of liquidity? Their area of liquidity is down here. Their area of liquidity is down here. The bears' liquidity is up in here so far. So we know that. So where is price going to go from here? What has it done in the past in this area here? Can we see it? There's been price movements, pushes to the upside. If we go back a little bit further, what's happened in this area here where we're looking at? What's happened in this area here where we're looking at? Well, if we go here, let's move, let's push, let's see if we can push that out here a little bit more. If we're looking at here, this area here, we have seen price push up, okay? So price pushes up from this area here. There's this area right here. See that? This whole area right here, right here. We've seen price try push up. Now, back to the trade. What's it going to do? If this bear candle keeps pushing, it's going to push right back into here again. I'm expecting a push of price back up to here, and that'll prove us right about the Fibonacci. Fibonacci will have held. So, like I said, this is all good to know because, like I said, this is all new to me. So, but I'm also seeing the bears once again defending their area. So it looks like the fib held, which is good. That's a note for me on the side in the future, looking at that and saying, you know what, that fib held. Look at this. And so now we're going to see if we have Now I want to know something. Are we going to have an ABCD to the upside? That is expectation now up in here. So I'll show you where price is expected to go. And let's see if we can find any chance. Yeah. So price will probably come back up in here again. It'll probably surpass this and come up into here again. Um, so that's what I'm looking at. Because of this area here, looks like it's going to get through it. So we have a better chance of price either hitting this area again and it's going to drop back down again a little bit, or it's going to drop here, one of the two. But right now what I'm looking at is seeing if this is just a pullback, and if we can get a good pullback, I might try to enter in and take something here. But right now I'm seeing rejection again from top side, top back down. So we'll see back, where do we have price being? I hope not back down in here. It could. That could be an area it comes back down to, right in here, because that's where there's bullish liquidity. There's also some bullish liquidity here in this area here. So not much, but there's more down in here, a lot more down in this area here where price is held. Hmm. Okay, we're seeing failure. Is this a Eve and Adam type of thing? See the Eve, and then the Adam, you figure it out. That's what Sirkan is looking like so far. And now I want to see if there's rejection. This is the area where the bulls come back in. There it comes. There's rejection here. Yep, that's what it looks like so far. Or is it an Eve and Eve? Or is this just going to come back up through here and go exactly where I said it was going to go? Only price can tell. But what it looks like to me here, honestly, is we've got price building back up in here, back to the downside. It's not quite confirmed yet. It just depends on these candles, where the bulls can take price, if they can hold on to price. And now it's coming back down. Yep, that's an even atom is what it looks like to me so far. Just looks like the bulls are trying to come back in. The bulls are definitely trying to come back in. Look at this. They're trying to come back in. Here we are once again. We have this. This is an area where bulls did come back in and made a score to score a win. Let's remember that. Trying to keep up with everything happening here, and it can be hard at times. It's just figuring out these zones is sometimes the hardest part. Um, but as we can see, we had bulls come back in here to score a win, so this could just be a pullback here with the continuation up to the upside. So let's see how true that is. And like I said, I'm just sort of kind of just trying to call things out, just just to see how well I can read this chart, so that as I get better at reading this, I can take more trades, and most of my and know that most of my trades will be successful. There we go. There's the area of the bears. It's coming back out. It rejected that. It's beginning to look like an even eve here. Look at this shit. Look at, oops, sorry, crap. Look at this. Look at this. Reject, look at this. Bear territory. There's liquidity up in here still, it looks like. Wow. But it's coming on 10:30. I'm going to take, I'm probably going to call it a day here. But as you can see, most of what I called was right. There's a lot of here I called that was really good. That was really right. I even called this as the 618, knowing that's where it was. Um, so far, there's rejection coming down. I'll take the 270 win for the day. It's not the greatest, but it's a start. It's a start. Um, my expectations are playing out. Um, you know, it's anyone's game, to be honest. You know, price is sometimes really interesting to try to figure out, especially on some of these, like the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is extremely volatile. There's a lot of volatility in here, so you can easily get ruined. Um, you see, once again, the bulls are trying to defend this area right here. Back up to the top sides where they want to try to go. But I'm thinking this might fail. Um, you know, we'll see. Let's check. I just want to see where this candle goes to first before I sign out. It's trying to push up. You see, the thing is going against these candles is sort of kind of like, really? Seriously? I mean, that was a good bear candle right here. But it still couldn't get past this area here, which is a little concerning because that means there's a lot of bullish liquidity right in this area still. So, but the bears are still in the game too. That's the problem we have with this area. So I'm still looking at this area as between here and here is our little range, a quote, chop, but it's going to unchop after a while here. It's going to find somewhere to go. That's what always happens. So for now, I'm signing off, and I wish you guys the best of your days, and hopefully we can all make money. And um, I will tomorrow is my birthday, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be trading tomorrow or not. I'm going to check. I'm probably going to try. More than likely, I'll be out here. So, um, but we'll see. Uh, we'll see. We'll see which way things go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this rejection. This is going to fall back down again. If this keeps doing and can't climb any higher and punch through here, it's going to fall right back down again. Look at that. Look at that go. Look at that. This is falling again. So maybe that's an Adam and Eve. That's what this is looking like. Yeah, this thing's going to fall right back down again. It tried to push up, tried to push up, tried to push up. It keeps being rejected. I'm thinking this is more of an Adam and Eve. Adam here, Eve here, definitely. So I would say price is probably going to come back down, but this is what people call chop. Yeah, it's a range. Um, but my expectations right now are for price to start going lower again. It failed. This area failed. It failed to make to go higher. So the only thing price can really do probably now is go down lower. It might surprise us and say, oops, and pop back up, but I don't think so. I think this is going to come back down and still go lower. But we'll see. I'm going to come back during the day and look at this. I'm not going to record it, but that actually depends. I might record it, just show it to you guys really quick. But I'm going to put a little marker here. Put a little marker here. Chart markers. I'm going to put a triangle to the downside right here. Let's see where this goes. Yep. Make it. I'm going to change it from crimson to black. Make it stand out strong. There you go. So I'm thinking price is probably going to come back down, even though it's chopping around right now, and I call it chop too. So because it is up and down, up and down, up and down, and price is struggling and fighting. So we'll see what happens. This is a good time to stop because I'm not interested in playing this game here. So I got positive 270 for the day. Not the greatest, but hey, at least I was positive. I was down $400, almost $500, and came back up. So I did make I'd say about $700 I've made all from negative to positive. So that's not bad. So the idea is to keep all that positive. So um, stay frosty, guys, and good luck on your trading day. Hopefully see you tomorrow.